Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Very warm welcome to another Acro Insights. And today I've got two very special guests from the lovely island of Malta. I am in Mallorca, the gentlemen are in Malta, and I hope wherever you are in the world that you're in a good place as well and that you're safe. Francesco, Edwin, good morning, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. Very well. Thank you.
Thank you. Today, for everybody who's looking, we're going to look into some Malta training opportunities, but also regulations. And hang in there because it's extremely interesting and it's something that you really need to know about. And sometimes it will be a bit maybe technical or it will be a bit like legal, but it's all for the better good to share knowledge with the ACRE audiences. And before we start, let me introduce everybody who's here with us today. And we are here with MaritimeMT, and they've been a partner with ACRE for quite a while. And we're talking today about the changes to the Maltese legislation in terms of the yachting code. And obviously, as I am not the expert, I am here with two experts today. I'm here with Captain Edwin Vella and with Francesco Sarava. Francesco, you are a assistant register with the Merchant Shipping Directorate. Would you mind to say something about yourself and what the Merchant Shipping Director does?
Yes, that's correct. So I'm an assistant registrar working within the Secretariat Department of the Merchant Shipping Directorate. Basically, the purpose of the Merchant Shipping Directorate is the registration of ships, merchant vessels and super yachts as well. Within the Secretariat Department, we deal with training, certification, and well-being of seafarers mainly.
Well, thank you so much, Francesco. Edwin, you're the principal head of faculty and responsible for business development. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Yes, hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Captain Edwin Vella. Currently, I am here as the principal and head of faculty at MaritimeMT. MaritimeMT in itself is a maritime institution. We offer maritime training, and recently we've sort of gone into the superior training as well, which is first in Malta. Before it wasn't available, and we are proudly working with Transport Malta, offering Maltese COCs, also for the yachting industry. Of course, we offer all the other ancillary courses, SCCW, so yes, that is what we do here at MaritimeMT. We are based in Malta, and that's what we're offering.
Thank you very much for your introduction, and thank you so much for joining me today, gentlemen. Today we're speaking about the changes to the Maltese legislation. So Francesco will go first in a little bit, and we're looking at some trends in the 100+ markets, like the new yachting certification, the new yachting training record book, and then Edwin's going to take over with some of the new training facilities and programs in Malta under the Malta flag, Transport Malta flag. So without much further ado, Francesco, the floor is yours.
Okay, so as you correctly stated, we have carried out a number of initiatives towards the registration of merchant ships, but most importantly towards super yachts. We are glad to say that we have the 6th largest merchant shipping registry in the world, and we have the largest super yacht registry in the world. And that's quite an accomplishment because of the investment that was carried out by the authority and the input of every single person that works within this building. As you correctly stated, we have issued a number of model courses and we are currently issuing COCs for super yachts, catering for personnel working on board super yachts. Mainly we have the officer of the watch on board yachts less than 2,000 GT, and we have master on yachts less than 500 GT. Maybe Edwin can shed some light on the syllabus of the courses.
Yes, sure. So yes, basically the syllabus itself, which we use, which we developed, of course, with Transport Malta, um, uh, is the officer of the watch 3000. Oh no, I don't know if you can see the presentation. I should have started sharing, but we shared the document of the officer in charge of navigation and watch on your that one. Yeah. Okay, so this is the detailed syllabus framework that we have developed with Transport Malta, and this covers the what is required. Okay, so what is the aim, the enrollment standards. You can go to the next page. Oh, no. Next one. Okay, so once can here, one here can find, for example, the enrollment standards. Okay, we are talking about someone who is interested to join this course. He will need some an RYA, IYT, Transport Malta 200 certificate, offshore coastal 150 nautical miles, or something equivalent. Okay, so this is, let's say, the bare minimum that one can have to be able to enroll to such course. Then there are the requirements on the next paragraph that you need to be at least 18 years of age. All right, you have to have accumulated at least 12 months of sea time, but this is if you are using a training record book. Or if you don't have a training record book, you can use the other option of having 36 months of sea time. Okay, and when it comes to the size of vessels that you can be working on to register sea time to be valid, it is not less than 15 meters, okay, 15 meters, or 80 gross tons, 80 gross tons. Okay, so basically, those are the minimum requirements. So it is the sea time, you have not less than 18 years of age, and you have to hold an RYA, IYT, Transport Malta 200, or anything equivalent. Then, when we go to the actual syllabus itself, that we will of course teach once here, there are 6 subjects that we tackle academically, and they have written examinations for. And these would be stability, including construction, meteorology, passage planning, bridge watch keeping, celestial navigation, maritime law. Okay, so these are 6 written examinations that you will need to do and pass from, of course. And then we have the oral examination, which will be done through Transport Malta themselves. So they will be in charge of the examination, but we'll prepare them through an oral preparation program, and then they will have the oral exam with Transport Malta. And once they pass all those, the actual OW course is done. It is around 312 hours. Okay, that is including a 40-hour prep. All right. And there one can see the actual hours dedicated to each subject. It is, I have to say, it is quite an intense course, but understandably so. We are talking about license to be an officer in charge of a navigational watch on a yacht of 3,000 gross tons or less. So these can be relatively large yachts, and the responsibility, of course, is what it is. You know, so it is. Not a straightforward course. One has to be very dedicated, one has to come with the right background, and come here with the idea that for the next few weeks it will be almost about studying, you know, or at least most of the time, because you need to be really focused to be able to complete the course. Apart from that, one will need to have a few courses, okay, ancillary courses, and these will be, we have, of course, the basic safety training. One is a thing that will be already done before you come here, of course. Then one will be the efficient deckhand, the advanced firefighting, medical first aid, the PSCRB, the radar ARPA operational level, leadership and teamwork, and at least GMDSS, GOC, and EGNIS. All right, so there are the ancillary courses that one would require to be able to achieve COC. And if someone has already done such courses, as long as they are STCW, and Transport Malta will then, of course, check the validity of that particular certificate. But these certificates will, in principle, be accepted. Okay, so one, of course, will have to send us all the documentation and to send it to Transport Malta. But yes, if someone has already done any of the mentioned courses, they will not have to be done again. One would also be good to mention that this course is technically covering the whole syllabus even for a Master 500. Okay, so Master less than 500 GT on yachts, right? So it is the same syllabus. Once you finish this course, there wouldn't be any other academic subjects. All right. The only thing that would be required is another oral examination, again through Transport Malta, and one would need to acquire another 12 months of CMA before the actual COC is issued. But the syllabus covers both OW 3000 and Master 500. I think at this point, of course, that is in short the syllabus itself. If one is interested, of course, in the next few pages there is the more detailed syllabus. But anyone that would be interested to know more will be happy to share with them the actual. So there you can see all the subjects, which each outcome, and in detail what one would learn and would learn by the end of the course.
Edwin, if anybody wants that information, they can either request it to you or to me, right? After
yes.
Anything else? Okay, so want to know more, just let us know or get in touch with Edwin, and then it will be all sorted.
Yes, if you would allow me sort of interrupt you, as Edwin stated correctly, all examinations are coordinated by us. We are quite protective of our COCs. So to ensure the highest standards, we coordinate the exams ourselves. And the examination papers are prepared and corrected by our approved examiners. We have the process where we approve individuals as examiners. Another point that I wanted to raise is that these model courses or other frameworks were built up sort of in consultation with training centers such as MaritimeMT. So these frameworks cater for the needs of the industry. As you correctly stated, this information is public. It's available to the general public. It's also available on our website. We have issued a merchant ship notice, MS Notice 168. And as I said, this is available on our website.
Thank you. Then just a quick question now. Is this all, is it blended learning, part distance, part on spot, or is everything within the academy, Edwin?
So here at MaritimeMT, we do have a learning management system, and what we normally do is that before the students join us, once they enroll for this particular course, but even other courses, we will start providing them with the notes and additional resources so that they can start preparing themselves before coming here. So yes, you can say it is a kind of blended learning. The actual hours themselves, at this point, we are doing them all here at MaritimeMT. I have to say that we've been working very close with Transport, and we have sort of been discussing the possibility of delivering some or part of the courses online through either a webcam, for example, or the learning management system. So, of course, this is where we are in 2021, especially with the COVID situation. We have to improvise. We have to, of course, go more towards using technology when needed. So there is use of technology, there is the use of online sessions, but the actual 312 hours that are required for this course at the moment are being held over here at MaritimeMT.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Just quickly, ladies and gentlemen, just as a little intermezzo, Edwin's on the bridge. I mean, and so, and I just wanted to share that with you because it's a beautiful view and the facilities are really good. I haven't seen them yet. I was supposed to meet you last year, but then COVID came, so I hope to be coming over soon. Good. I just wanted to show the bridge quickly. Okay, Edwin, back to you.
No, I mean, yeah, the MaritimeMT, as you stated now, of course, we have done very investments in the past couple of years. That was to, of course, have something of this caliber, you know, which we needed to be able to provide, as our logo say, the excellence in seafarers development. Okay, so if you want to deliver excellence, you need to have the facilities to do it. Before, MaritimeMT was operating under the name of Maltese, and it has been actually operating since around 2008. So it's not a new school in itself, but the actual building that we are in now. And I can most possibly here go to the presentation. You know, we can quickly share this with our viewers. So this is our school, okay? Here in Malta, it's based on the south side of Malta. But as probably most people in the industry know, because it's funny, when you talk not in the maritime industry, a lot of people will say, where is Malta? But when we are in the yachting industry or the maritime industry, Malta seems to be quite well known. I mean, of course, as Transport Malta Francesco said, we are the largest registry in the super yacht industry. So a lot of people know where Malta is. And Malta is not that large. So we are on the south of the island, yes, but it is maybe about 20 minutes from Grand Harbour, which is maybe the most known point from Malta, let's say. So that is where we are located. As I said, our idea was to develop this institute, this training center, to be able to offer the excellence in seafarers education. There has been, it was built purposely for us, okay, so we didn't find a building and moved in and tried to make it as convenient for us, but it was built by the team at the time, of course, and designed purposely to be developed as a school. We have three main segments in the school. One of them is, and it's probably our main part, the Super Yacht Academy, where we're offering such courses as mentioned there. We discussed about the Officer of the Watch 3000, the Master 500, the Master of Yachts 200 Euro stands. This is also something relatively recent. I think it's within the last year and a half that is being offered, once again through Transport Malta. This is, let's say, the entry level if you want to go into the yachting industry and the yachting COCs. Okay, so the Master of Yacht itself, 200 Euro stands at the moment, it's not a COC, but it is the entry level. It's a 3-week course, and it is the entry level for you to eventually go for the Officer of the Watch Yachts 3000 and Master 500. We are in the final stage.
If you would allow me, I would like to go a little more in detail into the Master of Yachts 200 GT.
Yes, of course.
So this, as has been said, these are quite recent courses that were approved around 2 years ago, and they are an entry requirement to enroll in the STCW courses. Usually people go for the STCW courses, but we also offer courses leading to certificates that are non-STCW. Basically, we have 3 courses. They are Master of Yachts less than 200 GT, that are kind of separated into 3 levels. So we have one which is limited to 60 nautical miles from safe haven in non-tidal waters. The second one is limited to 150 nautical miles, and the third one is limited in terms of mileage, in terms of nautical miles. Apart from that, all of these 3 courses can then be upgraded with a workboat module. So the certificate would then be valid on yachts and also on workboats. In this regard, we have also issued a merchant shipping notice, which is MS Notice 165, which is also available on our website.
Okay, very good. Yes, so those are the relatively recent courses which have been developed purposely to try sort of address the needs in the yachting industry. We also have, again, Transport Malta recently have created the model course for the accredited engine course. Here at MaritimeMT, we're working on it, and it will be ready within the next 4 weeks approximately. So that will also be available. This, and Francesco, you can correct me if I'm wrong, this will be the equivalent of the AAC courses 1 and 2 equivalency of the MCA, right, Francesco?
Can you repeat that again, please?
This accredited engine course that you have developed is the equivalent of AEC 1 and AEC 2.
Yes, correct. So the accredited engine course is a combination kind of MCA and AEC 1 and AEC 2.
Exactly. Okay, so these now are again probably available even in Malta through, of course, one of the institutes, which is us, MaritimeMT, accredited by Transport Malta. Of course, there are basically, if not almost, SCW courses available here. We're also working on the hospitality guest training courses. These will be launched in the next few weeks. And of course, where I am now, we have simulator training, and not just full grid simulators, but there are other things such as GMDSS simulators, like the simulators, and then on the merchant side, we also have the liquid cargo and things like that. So that is the main, of course, part of the academy that we want to focus on. We have the Small Crafts Academy, which is for smaller courses, and then the Merchant Academy. At the moment, we're offering, again, all the SSW courses and other things such as pilot, tugmaster, ship handling courses. And we are, again, working and developing and looking into the possibility of the OW Unlimited, Chief Mate Unlimited, and Master Unlimited. These are all still in the planning stages, but it's a department that, of course, we want to also address in the near future. I mean, advantage of the institutes of MaritimeMT here, it's all about dedicated maritime training center. We don't do nothing else. Everything we do is maritime training. Specialized instructors with experience even in the yachting industry. So of course, since we have developed these courses, we had to bring people that understand the yachting and understand the yachting students. So we have invested in that. Bespoke and flexible training programs, it's one thing that we're very keen on, because we understand that, for example, the yachting industry, the industry is what it is, and sometimes you need to be able to accommodate students accordingly. So we're even designing our courses. In fact, once again, we have worked with Transport Malta to discuss the availability of examinations, for example, and we have tried and worked and came to a conclusion with Transport Malta to find a good way to plan examinations well ahead and be in a time that will be convenient to suit the yachting crew. Okay, so it doesn't make any sense that we start a course in June, July, August, because that is the main season, at least in this part of the world. And we had to, of course, organize the courses accordingly to when the season normally finishes. And once again, here I thank Transport Malta, because they're always available to try support us the best way they can. Accreditation by Transport Malta, Francesco already mentioned the points mentioned there, and we are also certified by DMV. So everything we do is under the accreditation of DMV and when needed by Transport Malta. Simulator training, like I mentioned, okay, this is where we are at the moment. Single source of training solutions, so we try to cover as much as possible from the IMO guest, okay? So there's a variation of training possibility, even on board or off-site training, which can be available. A little bit more about our facilities, okay? So what you can find, there is have a nice canteen mariners lounge, we're calling area. So people that are here for 3-4 months, they have hopefully a very comfortable area where they can take a rest and take a break and then go back to studying. Short video will be made available by Mona later about Malta in general. Okay, so things you can do here you should decide to come over. We are also investing in eventually having more engineering options, deckhand options, such as, for example, the watch rating certificate. Hopefully, we will be in a position to offer this as well in the next few weeks. And the hospitality, I mentioned, it's something that we're going to be definitely looking into and launching, hopefully soon. So, yes, those were in principle the courses. Francesco opened up a little bit about the Master of Yachts 200. Okay, we are particularly interested in the 150 nautical miles ourselves, but there are other options. The OW 3000, we sort of already opened up a little bit about that, and the Master 500. So, yes. I think I'll take a bit of a break.
No, I found it very interesting, and I've got some questions about it. I need to take my glasses off someone to see. I'm getting really old, right? Where you like have to take. I remind me of my father. He had to take his glasses off to read the newspaper. Obviously, the big question, and sorry, Francesca, I know you've got a lot to say as well, but I just want to pop in some questions once in a while that I know that are in the industry. Is people are asking themselves, why would I take it? Why should I do my Let's Take Office of the Watch or even SCCW? Why should I do that in Malta? What's my benefit? And will I be? Will it mean the same as if I do it under MCA or somewhere else, or if I have to go to Belgium or wherever? Francesco, can you what can we say on that?
Well, as we said earlier, the Maltese flag, apart from having a very large registry, has quite a reputation for its professional services, a reputation for its integrity, and a reputation for its commitment. Apart from that, Malta is part of the European Union, and most of the seafarers would like to have a COC that originates from a country within the EU as well. So I believe that puts Malta on the very top of the competition line, so to say.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to clarify a few things. So, Adrian, you wanted to say something?
Well, no, I think, of course, the answer is best that comes directly from the authority. But on the other hand, of course, as I've tried to show, people maybe were not used to thinking of Malta for a COC, and because there was not the option until a few months ago. So now that there is the option, we have demonstrated that everything is now in place, the legislation, the authorities behind it, the school, the premises that will have to be able to deliver such training. And also the fact that, after the first course that we have run, we're very proud with the results that we have achieved. So the pass rate has been very, very good, I have to say. And that shows that hopefully the preparation that we've done from our side, the lectures, the notes, the building of the program, they work, they are available. So yes, I know, of course, MCA, no one can take the merit of an MCA certificate. It's there, it's an option for everyone. Of course, now with the situation possibly of Brexit, one has to see what effects that will have on recognition of certification, But for us, thankfully, we are in the EU, and that will not really affect us directly, let's say, as a Maltese certificate.
Thank you. That was my question. Back to you, gentlemen.
What I wanted to add another point to this, because as an authority, we've been quite busy in the recent years, and we have issued another service, so to say, which is the Yachting record book, which is quite similar to a seaman's book, but it is specific to the needs of people who are engaged on board the yachts. And this record book is available to all persons who are engaged or shall be engaged on board yachts flying the Maltese maritime flag.
And Francesco, it will also be available for students that get a Maltese COC, correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so they can get it two ways. So no, it's either if they come here and they do a course, for example, a Transport Malta 200. Okay, they can straight away apply for this Transport Malta Yachting record book, and that is, let's say, not the only way, but one good way to present your sea time, eventually to continue your career and come forward to do more courses and more licenses.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Just a quick note: all applications and all merchant shipping notices are available on our website, which is www.transport.gov.mt, and they will have all the information there. Of course, they can always contact any of our approved training centers, such as MaritimeMT, and I'm pretty sure that they will guide them to clarify their queries.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I'm very happy actually with this webinar, because I think we all know Malta as a super destination. You got Grand Harbour Marina, which is basically full with super yachts during summer and even during winter when they stay over. We know that the Maltese people, it's well organized in Malta. We know that the Maltese people are extremely friendly and offer great service. But I think it's good to highlight I think people need to know that there are options, right? That
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't think anybody's claiming, as you said, that when you just did your first course, it's been successful. So nobody's claiming that Malta is now going to reign the world, but at least, well, maybe. But it's at least it's a fact that the facilities are there, and I think that's a great point of knowledge to people. I think it's good to know that MaritimeMT is a partner of ACRU, so you can reach out to them through us,
Yes.
or you can reach out directly to, as you said, can you repeat the URL again? The .gov.mt I got, and the first part was
transport. It's quite easy. Transport.gov.mt.
.gov.mt, maltatransport.gov.mt. We'll make sure that we put it in the caption as well. MaritimeMT, same thing. I had another question. The interior training, when do you think is going to guest certified interior? When do you think?
Hopefully, I think we'll need probably the rest of this year to continue working on that, and we're hoping that probably either towards the end of this year or beginning of 2022 we'll have something to offer.
Fantastic. Also, I know, and I don't know if I hope you can confirm this, Edwin, we're sending out an email to our database soon that there's a special offer for MaritimeMT.
Yes, definitely. We're happy to be working with ACRU, and they sort of make it very clear that they want to offer something to the members, and rightly so. Why not? So we're happy to give a 10% discount to all ACRU members if they decide to book anything here at MaritimeMT.
Fantastic, and that's a significant amount because we all know that training in yachting is not cheap. Well, let's not use the word cheap or expensive. It's a big investment in your future. Let's put it this way. Yeah?
Yes, and of
so,
course these are not short course. You know, it's not a week course. It's a 3 month, for example. You come for a few weeks, so the cost to add up. But yes, I'm sure we are very competitive with what we can offer. But yes, why not? We're very happy to be able to offer some kind of discount to students that would be interested to consider studying here with MaritimeMT and getting a transport to Maltese.
fantastic. And another second question. I heard, and just as I heard that, like, because part of the going there, so as you said, you have to be there a couple of weeks, maybe return a few times. I hear there are good accommodation facilities near to the training center. Is that correct?
Yes, there are several options. There are either options to stay literally within 10 minutes, 15-minute walk down at Birza Buja. There are, let's say, some bed and breakfast, or there are apartments that you can rent. So that will be the quickest way to get here, and you don't need any transport. You know, you can literally walk here. The weather here is mostly nice, so you don't need to worry too much about that. Some people still prefer to stay next to areas such as St. Julian's or Valletta. And once again, this is maybe a 30-minute drive, 40-minute if we have a bit of traffic. And last intake, for example, we had a few that decided to join, stay in the apartment together. So we had like 5 students that decided to share an apartment. And then they were sharing also the transport to one rented car. So we can even help them with this. We have our onboarding team, and they will try to help as much as they can, to organize all these things for them. Even suggesting some car leasing companies who have a special rate through us, which they can benefit from. So there are several things that we try to offer, not just signing up for the course and that's it. We will try to give them the whole package as much as we can.
Fantastic. Good. And Francesco, do you want to say something? I know we got the MS notice 165 and 168. So is there anything you want me to put them up? Is there anything you want to say about them, or do you think we're good?
No, I mean, I've already mentioned the MS notices 165 and 168. There's also a link on the MS notice which leads you to the model course and to the framework. So if anyone is interested or maybe have some curiosity about these courses, they can go to our website, download the notices, and they will have all the information over there.
transportmalta.gov.mt. I got it, right? Good. Gentlemen, may I thank you very much for your effort today, and thank you so much for clarifying. And I'm honored that Transport Malta has joined us. I think that's amazing, and thank you for organizing that, Edwin. Thank you for doing it from the simulator. So that, like, I'm gonna put it up again. It's nice to see the simulator. It's a great spot.
It will be something a bit different,
Yeah, I think that's.
Thanks a lot, Tono, for the invitation, and of course for ACRE for organizing such insights, because I think it's great that people will have this kind of information, whatever the subject is, available to them, at one place. Let's say.
Fantastic. Thank you again, gentlemen. And if we get any questions from the audience, we'll make sure we play them to you. If you got any inquiries, we'll make sure you get them. And it's very possible that we'll invite you to a future session once we've got more news to share. I think that would be amazing. Thank you again.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good. We're cutting in 3, 2, 1, cut.